world's greatest. The world's greatest, Joe. The world's greatest.
Specifies youths as people within 18 to 35. But I think the UN categorizes youths as people within the age of, I believe, 13 to 25. So it depends on where you're looking at it. Actually, a massive participation of youths in Nigerian politics, but the question is positively or negatively. Now that's the question. I would say at the moment it's more negative than it is positive. Now a lot of the political toggery going on, a lot of the bullying and all the campaigning that is really being done is done by the youths, but we're being used by the older population. So the youths are being used to achieve the aims of the older people, but then is that really what the youths are supposed to be doing? And that's where the question is. And I think that's a very negative angle view of how the youths are being participating in the politics today. I think youths in Nigeria are very discouraged by participation in politics. Why? I would say we have this belief that votes don't count, that it's being manipulated, it's being rigged, they formulate votes at the end of the day. But the real question is, how many youths have actually gone to vote and then state that your votes were not being counted? In all honesty, the majority of the youths of today do not have a PVC. How many people are registered to vote? We're on social media and ranting and venting every day, but how many people are actually doing something about it? So I would say that we're not very prepared, but there's still time. We should be prepared. This is the time to make a change. Well, I would say there are three main challenges, or four to be honest. First, I would say is the issue of godfatherism in Nigeria. A lot of youths are deterred, so to say, to actually come out and participate in active politics or run for political offices because of the fear of not having a godfather or not having a political wing to push forward your own ideologies and dreams. And that has been a norm in Nigerian politics to be electoral process. Now there's also the issue of the age. Now when they say you have to be 30 and over to run for office, a lot of the active youths who really want to make a difference are probably not up to the age restriction. And even when you are, and you have great ideas, but you don't have finance. Now, electoral finance, that's a big problem. To run for something as little as commissioner or local government chairman, you need to buy a form of over 500,000. How many youths have that kind of money to run for House of Rep? You need 1 million naira. I mean, that alone is a barrier to majority of the qualified youths who want to serve. So I think money is the big issue, which brings us to money politics. Now there's a budget of how much you should be able to spend to run for. It runs from 10 million to 100 million for House of Reps, to Senate, to President. I mean, that is ridiculous. Isn't that the money we're supposed to use to make the economy better rather than to use to run politics? So, I mean, the youths are a bit deterred by things like this. I mean, you hear someone say, I want to run for office, and someone says, who knows you? Who would make you win? And then you have the issues of political parties, and then you come to a state where the governor and the House of Rep members are from one party, and if they don't endorse you, then you really don't stand a chance. The fact about youths or privileged youths who their parents have been in office, I think it's only a notion. The sad truth is I think majority of these youths we're talking about who their parents have been in power are not actually even politically active. How many of them are actually trying to take positions? It's unfortunate that most of these political bigwigs in the country have unfortunately spoiled their children. You find majority of these people's kids in court in the UK and America, they're more interested in being in private jets, popping bottles of champagne in the club, living the lavish life. How many of them even know what the common Nigeria is going through, not to talk of running for office? So I don't think that's really a problem. It is a hindrance to the extent that they are more financially stable, which is a financial issue, but it's not. I think if you're intelligent enough and you have something to offer, you should try to strike a balance. Make friends with these supposed privileged youth, bring your ideas to the table. I think social media is a fantastic avenue where people exchange views. If I think I have the funds and I think you have great ideas and you bring it together, we can work as a team and you stand a chance. People need to stop being scared. If you're not confident in yourself, no one would be confident in you. Loads of change. I mean, the youth of today are technically advanced. I mean, we're like 10 decades ahead of our fathers. I watched this interview, this speech made by the president of CAN, Catholic Association of Nigeria in Enugu, at the this thing, and he was saying how once you're 70, you should retire. You know, that we're recycling dormant brains, which is ironic. The truth is, the youth of today are more exposed, we're more aware, we have greater ideas, the exposed ones have more to offer. So I think our parents, I mean, how many of our parents do you know what social media is or what we do there? They're all on Facebook and Instagram, but do they understand the power the social media has to offer? They really don't. So I think the youths have more to offer, we're more aware, and we know what we want. We travel around and we kind of want to compare with it, you know, outside world or the more advanced world. So there's a lot. I mean, if I want to start listing what we have to offer, there's so much more, but I think we need to take charge. Come out, guys. First and foremost, PVC, you need to get registered. I can't overemphasize this. Do you have a permanent voters card? If you don't, please stop chatting on Facebook and Instagram and social media and Twitter. Get your card, register with a party, go out there and vote. The time is now. Make a change.
Feel it, I'm the world's greatest.